Well, welcome back, everyone, to Digital Hammurabi. I am Dr. Josh, and today we are continuing our series on learning biblical Hebrew. If this is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button and like the video, and share it out if you think there are other people that you know that would like to learn biblical Hebrew. The point of this series is to teach a little bit of grammar. We are using Seow's book, Grammar for Biblical Hebrew. And we go through, try to do a lesson, at least a half a lesson each week. We take 45 minutes and do some grammar. And then we do 45 minutes of reading actual biblical Hebrew and talking about the grammar and the syntax and the like. So thank you so much for being here. If you do have a question during the stream, please feel free to tag me in the comments or in the side chat or the live chat at Digital Hammurabi, which will make it pop up for me, and I'll try to answer your question as we go through. Before I forget, don't let me forget, I suppose is the better way to say this. I have this banner that I'm going to scroll at the end of the video to let everybody know what interviews are coming up on our channel, and the one that, of course, I'm really excited about. Dr. John Collins will be here this Thursday, which I'm borderline giddy about. And we are going to be talking about his book. His new book came out last year. It is called What Are Biblical Values? What the Bible Says on Key Ethical Issues. And that means we're going to get into things like violence in the Hebrew Bible. And maybe we'll talk about the passages that talk about or understood to talk about by some as abortion, or maybe we'll get into slavery. He's got chapters on social justice, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Seems like that was the wrong word to use to describe that, but it will be a very interesting and hopefully very enlightening interview. So remind me in the side chat, please, to put that banner back up before we end. Okay, so I am going to share my screen. There we are. And as you know, if you've been here, this is my cool whiteboard. I have my iPad set up here so I can draw. And we're going to go through some of the grammar. So if you're following along in Seow's book, which I found out Dr. Brendan Bentz, who was on the channel yesterday, which is a fantastic interview. If you haven't seen that, he talked all about the Canaanites and the biblical portrayal of the Canaanites in the Hebrew Bible. But he teaches using Dr. Seow's book. So it's pretty cool. Anyway. All right. So this week we're probably going to have to break lesson 10 into two sections because it's pretty lengthy. So it talks about demonstratives. So words like this, these. We're going to talk about the particles of negation, like ain. We're going to talk about the particle of existence. We may get to interrogative clauses. In fact, that's where I think we're probably going to stop, is with interrogative clauses. So question, clauses. So hopefully this will go, we'll get through at least half of the chapter. So he begins by talking about demonstrative. So in English, we say this book or that tree, near and far demonstratives. So this or these, that or those. Hebrew only has the like words for this or these. It doesn't have the far demonstratives. Not necessarily. We'll talk about sort of the exception. But those words, where's my pen? For the masculine singular is ze. And for the feminine singular is zot. Our 2-year-old, if you hear him in the background, he is really, 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 really fighting sleep. And the plural forms, or the plural form, is ele. Yeah, and there's our dogish. Ele. So ze and zo or zot for the feminine, and then ela for the plural. So this is just the plural form here. Oh, go to sleep, kid. So if I said, if a book is sefer, and I said hasefer hazeh, hasefer hazeh. Oh, Oliver. Hasefer hazeh, this book. Hasefer hazeh, this book. So it's used in an adjective. It has like an adjective position. If you wanted to say, uh, these kings, hamelachim, I bet it would be that. Ha'ele, hamelachim ha'ele. So these kings. So you notice that the melachim is plural. So you have to use ele. You can't say hamelachim hazeh. That wouldn't really match. Wouldn't really work. Good grief. So the examples that he gives are ha'ish hazeh, ha'isha hazot. So that's the feminine form, ha'isha hazot. And then ha'anashim ha'ele. So ha'anashim, the people or the men, ha'ele, these men. He points out that if you want to say Hamelech, the king, Hagadol, and I ran out of space. Rats. So this would be the great king, and you wanted to say this great king, you would write Hamelech, Hagadol, Hazeh. So you wouldn't write Hamelech Hazeh Hagadol. The this comes after everything. And if you think about it, the way that we translate these, when we do, this is really, sorry, it's difficult. I'm assuming you guys can hear him. This is, it's hard to concentrate. We would say, they put the adjective after the noun. So Hamelech Hagadol, we translate it. I mean, when we translate it, put it into English, we say it the opposite direction. So we say, we start at the end and we work back this way. So we say the great king, not the king, the great. And the same is true here. So if we wanted to say the or this great king, we start at the end, this great king. So that's how you can think about it. The this is going to come all the way at the end. Again, as always, I'm not going to talk about everything that he talks about. Again, please pick up the grammar. There it is. A grammar for biblical Hebrew. Pick it up. It's well worth it. It's an excellent reference grammar as well. Not, like as thorough as a Gesenius or something, but there are some. You can use ze or zo or zot in the same way that you can use an adjective in a predicate position. So if I said ha'ish gadol, ha'ish gadol, that's a really ugly gadol, and I'm sorry. You would say the man is great. And the same is true if you said ha'ish. Oh, thank God. You guys said you can't hear the background sounds. That's fantastic. Because he is crying. Ha'ish ze. It would probably be more realistic to say ze ha'ish in the other direction. But notice that this doesn't have ha. it doesn't have the definite article in front of it. So you would say this man, or this is the man. Sorry, this is the man. So it's a predicate construction. Right. So yeah, we would write this ze haish ze haish. This is the man. Okay. There are some sort of idiomatic expressions. Ze el ze, he notes. This one to this one, is how you kind of woodenly say that. But this is one to another. So they said this ze el ze or ze le ze. I think you'll also see with just a lamed, but one to another. This one to this one. So one to another. So you'll see those sort of there. It's a like a substantive use. This one. So ze, zot, and ele. Those are the demonstratives, the near demonstratives that you want to keep in mind. Okay, I know I'm moving a little quickly, so if you have questions, please stop me. Relative clauses. So relative clauses are most often written with this guy, asher. So, hasefer, it's a book. Asher, sorry. Katavti. So katavti is cow perfect, first common singular, from katav to write. So I wrote. This would be this word means which or that or who or so it just depends on the context. So this is the book which or that I wrote. The book that I wrote is great or something. I don't know. Or is too long or has not been finished. I don't know. But that's what asher does. Asher is your relative pronoun. It's like which or that. So yeah, we can. The example that he gives here. Hayamim asher. I think, what's he say? Malach David. Sorry. Asher. Yep. Malach. Malach David. So hayamim, the days. So yom yamim. It's one of those irregular plurals. Hayamim, the days. Asher, which or that. Malach is a cow perfect, third masculine singular from mem lamed kaf. He reigned, he ruled. The days, use this, the days that David ruled. So this, a relative pronoun, I probably should have said that. I don't know why I didn't. A relative pronoun is like a pronoun that stands in the place of what's going on back, the noun back here. So that is the dog that I saw yesterday. So the that in that sentence is standing in for dog. That's the dog that I saw yesterday. Um, um, and it can be a word, it can stand in for a phrase like, I am going to the store, which is making me very anxious. The which is like, I am going to the store. It's replacing that whole action that's being described there. I'm going to the store, which is making me very anxious. It's the act of going to the store that's making me very anxious. So which, that, who, it can stick those relative pronouns can stand in for a noun or like a single noun, a plural noun. Um, so he says here that there is, yeah, something to note. There is often what they call a resumptive pronoun um, that occurs in the text. So the example that he gives, uh, that one's a little, yeah. So that's all right. So hamakom, hamakom. Yep, that's right. Asher, um, anochi, anochi. Oops, anochi. Sorry, I want to put ani there, which has the composite shava. Anochi noten lahem. Oh God, sorry. I just did a nice scribal error, and my eye jumped from one line to another line because of um. Yeah. So okay, hamakom asher. I wish he would stop crying. Asher ata. Um, Omed. Where is it? There it is. Alav. I keep losing it. Alav. Okay. So makom is you guys ever seen, you guys remember the Fonz? Is it Happy Days that the Fonz was on? You know, the Fonz always had the comb in his back pocket. And I'll bet there are times where he would say, I need my comb to put my hair in place. I need my comb to put my hair in place, which is where place comes from. So my comb is a place. That's where they got it. It's its etymology. You know, my comb. You can picture an ancient Fonz. My comb. I need my comb to put my hair in place. Need my comb. So my comb is place. So the place which ata. So if you remember, ani ata at hu he, anachnu atem aten, hem hen. So ata is the pronoun, personal pronoun, second masculine singular. So the place which you, masculine singular, omed, comes from ayin mem dalit, amad. Um, I'm sorry, everybody. If you could just hang on a second, I'll be right back. Okay, it's a rough day at the Bowen household. Okay, so hamakom, the place, which ata, you, omed is from ayin mem dalet, from amad. So if you remember Ahmad Rashad standing in the end zone, Ahmad Rashad, that's what he did all the time as a wide receiver. He would be standing in the end zone, ready to catch that pass. Where's Ahmad Rashad? Oh, he's standing in the end zone. Ahmad Rashad. So Ahmad um, is to stand. So Ahmad, to stand. Right. So the place which you are standing upon it, alav. So if you remember from last week, alai, alecha, alaich, alav. So this is the preposition al, on or upon, with the third masculine singular object suffix. This is just how they come on. Looks like a plural, but it's not. So this is upon it. What is the it referring to? It's referring to the place, right? But notice it's weird. It's almost as if you don't need the it at the end, right? So we do this in English, the place which you are standing upon. That would be fine, but it adds it at the end, upon it. So they call this a resumptive pronoun. Yeah, it's a resumptive pronoun. So the place which you are standing upon it. So you wouldn't necessarily translate this. Where does this come from? It's an actual passage. Okay, Exodus 3:5. So if you go and look, at a translation of Exodus 3:5, they're probably not going to say upon it. They're just probably going to say the place where you are standing, or the place that you're standing on, or something. But they're not going to put this it at the end. Because we don't use resumptive pronouns that way, but they do. So you'll often see this at the end, and it'll sound weird when you translate it into English. But just be aware that they're there. Okay, guys, I may have to cut this stream a little short today because he's just not stopping. And Megan needs to sleep. She has not been sleeping. So let me do a little bit more, and then we'll read a couple of these lines, and then I may have to end this a little short. Sorry, guys. All right, so let's talk about the two particles, yesh and ain. Actually, you know what? We're going to save those for next time because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this. So we've talked about demonstratives, ze, zot, and we've talked about the relative pronoun asher. You're going to see later that they can shorten that to she instead of asher, but we'll talk about that probably next week. Let's read a couple lines. This is going to be our last week, I think, of going through First Kings, because because First Kings, sorry, it's very long. I think it's 53 verses or something goofy like that. It's pretty long. And Dr. Bentz has said that he would be willing to come on and, periodically, or at least once, and do a session with us. So join us here, be on the screen, and we would, do some grammar just like we're doing now, and then read through the first chapter of the book of Jonah, which is really exciting because it's a really cool chapter, and he's got a lot of good insights into it. So look forward to that in the coming weeks, I think. So, okay. Yes, the banner. Let me put that up. Thank you very much. I'll just let that run while we do this. Okay, so we left off, we finished up verse 23. Let's do starting in verse 24. So Vayomer Natan, Adoni Hamelech, Ata Amarta Adoniyahu Yimloch Acharai, V'hu Yeshev al Kis'i. And Nathan said, My lord the king, did you say that Adonijah will rule after me, and he will sit upon my throne? So here we we might expect the interrogative hey, but you don't always get that. It's the context that tells us that this is a question. At least that's how I would translate this. I haven't looked at this in English. I mean, that's how I would translate this as a question. Nathan's asking, did you say that he's going to reign? So let's talk about that. So Vayomer, this is our standard Kal, Vav, consecutive, imperfect, third masculine singular from Amar, Aleph Mem Resh, Amar, to say. So, and Nathan said, my Lord. So Adon is Lord, and then Adoni, that E ending, is the first common singular. So my Lord, the King. So probably like, oh my Lord, the King. Ata, ani ata'at, hu hi, anachnu, atem, aten, hem, hen. Did you say, amarta, so Kal perfect, second masculine singular from Aleph Mem Resh, same word here. Amarti, amarta, amart, amar, amara, amarnu, amartem, amarten, amru, amru. Did you say, quote, Adonijah will rule? Here's malach again, but this is a Kal imperfect, third masculine singular from malach. Adonijah will rule acharai, after me. Did you say Adonijah will rule after me? The who and he, me is who is he is she, and he, yeshev. So this is from yashav. Remember, if yashav somebody, they sit down. So yashav, and he will sit. So this, Kal imperfect, third masculine singular. Yud, the yud here is the imperfect prefix, yod. So this is just how they form these a shave, te shavi, ye shave, and so on. And he will sit al kis'i. So remember, kisei is a throne. But kis'i, you get a vowel reduction here in the tsere. And this E ending is the same as the E ending here. So Adoni, my Lord, Kis'i, my throne. So, and Nathan said, oh, my Lord, the king, did you say, in the past, did you decree is the idea here? Did you pronounce Adonijah will rule after me and he will sit upon my throne? And you could picture David saying, why would you ask that? Ki yarad hayom vayizbach shur umri v'tzon larov vayikra lechol b'nei hamelech ulesarei hatzava ule'evyatar hakohen v'hinam ochlim v'shotim lefanav vayomeru yechi hamelech Adoniyahu. So, why do you ask? Why would you say that? Because today he descended this day, today. He descended today and he sacrificed, or he slaughtered, right? Oxen and fatted calves and cattle, larov, aplenty. We saw that, I think, several verses earlier. And he called to all the sons of the children of, probably the sons of the king, and to the princes, sarim, sare. We'll talk in 2 weeks' time, I guess, about the construct form. We'll talk about it here in just a second. To the princes of the army, and he called to Evyatar, the priest, And behold, they, right, and look, and like immediately, like right now, maybe, and they, but here the hinam, the am ending is they, and they are ochelim v'shotim, achal. So eating. These are cal participles, masculine plural. They are eating and drinking before him, lefanav, lifnei, with the av ending. We'll go back in just a second and talk about this individually. Um, and they have said, maybe, Yechi Hamelech Adoniyahu. May, this is a Joseph form. Talk about that in a second. May the king Adonijah live, like long live, sort of. The king Adonijah. Okay. This will probably be the last. Sorry, this is going to be short, but I need to go relieve Megan. This was totally unexpected. I thought he usually goes down just fine at noon. And actually, Megan just texted me. Let me look real quick and see. Yeah. Okay. She actually just said, I can't do this. You have to stop. Okay. So this will be at last line. So because he descended, cal perfect, they're masculine singular, from yarad, to go down, today, and cal vav consecutive imperfect, third masculine singular, from zavach, to slaughtered. And he slaughtered oxen, a shore, or a bull, or an ox, and fatted calves and cattle, sown as like sheep and goats. Larov, we saw idiomatic, to a multitude, right? Exceedingly, he's a bunch of them. And he called cal imperfect, vav consecutive imperfect, third masculine singular, from kara. So to kara is to call. And he called to all the sons of Banim, is so Bain, Banim, and then B'nai is the construct form. Sorry, I'm not going to draw all this stuff out. I don't have time. But B'nai, so this is saying the sons of the king. Same thing here. Notice there's an u because there's a vocal shava here. So before a vocal shava, you'll get a shorek. So and to, so he called to the princes of. So instead of sarim, you get sare. The princes of the army, hatzava. And he called to Eviatar, Hakohen, the priest. And now they, Hinam, this is from Hine plus Am, third masculine plural object suffix. And behold, they are eating, cal, active participle, masculine plural, Ochalim. This is Vishotim, cal, active participle, masculine plural, from Shin, Tav, He, Shata, to drink. Lefanav, before him. So lifnei, and when you add the third masculine singular object suffix on, you get lefanav, before him. And they have said, so cal, consecutive imperfect, third masculine plural, from amar, and they have said, as cal jussive, third masculine singular, from chaya, to live. Let him live. Who? The king, Adonijah. Long, this is a, idiomatic expression here, long live, or may the king live long, is the idea. Adonijah. So they're saying he is the king. That's something you would say to the king. So that's why I've said that, David. Why would I say that? Well, because he's gone down today. He's done all these kingly things. He's celebrating. The people are eating before him. He's called to all these very important people. And um, uh, and right, sorry, and they're declaring him to be king. So, David, did you do this? Did you say this? If you continue down through the chapter, and I would recommend that you do, just kind of finish reading it out. It's a really cool story, but it's talking about Solomon being you know called the king or determined to be king. Guys, I'm really sorry to end this so quickly, but You blocked all I wrote yesterday, all scriptures. John Ham. Yeah, that we're going to do that. That we consider that to be spamming. So please don't do that. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging in here with me. I know it's a shorter lesson. I apologize for that. But again, thank you for being with me and for hanging out. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments section. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. And we'll be back next Sunday to do this again. So thanks, guys, again. And until next time, resist poor scholarship. Always ask, how do you know that?